have a beautiful assortment of pink plants. The only thing that I am missing is the container that we're going to be using to plant these beautiful plants up. Now, all of these plants came from my inventory. That is one of the things that I like to stress, is how to save money. That way you don't have to skimp out on the look or go without having a look in your home. So we are going to use a variation of beautiful pink plants, you guys. Some of these plants are absolutely loaded with blooms. We have different textures, we have different heights, and we're really going to play to that in this arrangement. But the container that we're going to be using for this arrangement, it has some amaryllis bulbs in it that I planted up in a beautiful arrangement over the winter time. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go in and get those amaryllis bulbs out. I previously showed in one of my videos how I like to process my amaryllis bulbs. And by doing such, I have continuous blooms, which again, here we have it. Now, let's set this to the side. And while we're taking the amaryllis bulbs out, we are going to hydrate these plants. So that way, when they get into the arrangement, they're going to last a very long time. And while they'll still need watering, they won't have to get a deep soak. This comes in handy if you're placing your arrangement in an area where you are setting it on a piece of wood, or if your life is very busy, as mine is. Hey, we're all busy. Then that way, if you skip a day of watering, your arrangement won't suffer in the end. So let's go ahead and soak these plants in. I have these two clear containers right here, and this is what we're going to use. We're going to pour some water in here, and so we can start soaking our plants while we work on the container. All right, so this should be enough water. So we're going to start by just putting the plants on the inside of the water here. You guys, these are some gorgeous plants here. Almost. Let's see, I might have to go get another clear lid here. Yep, we're gonna have to go get another lid. So let me run and go get that real quick. Okay. Forgot two of my flowers, but what we will do is we will pour the water in here. Because we're giving a nod to fall, we're also going to use a little bit of kale in there, and that way it's going to help with that texture and also help with the look. So for our container here, and I don't want to push my plants off, so let me scoop these up, you guys. These plants are gorgeous, and I know you have to be thinking a lot of plants, and they are, but in order to have the look that we need to fill this container up, baby, we got to go big or we got to go home. And since I'm already at home, there's nothing else for me to do but to go big. Oh, ho, ho, ho. So this is the planter that we're going to be using, you guys. It's big, it's deep, and it holds a ton of plants. I love it because it's terracotta. It has the beautiful ornate look that I love in my planters, and it's definitely going to make a statement. So with these amaryllis bulbs, all of these bulbs are 100% absolutely viable, but if I were to plant these up, I'm not going to get any bloom out of them. The only thing that I'm going to get is the foliage or the foliage, depending on where you're from, how you say it. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to take these and I'm going to process them similar to the way I did in a previous video that I shared with you guys. And then I also followed back up and showed you the progress of the bulb. So therefore, if you have any old amaryllis bulbs just laying around, you can do this same exact process, you guys, and you'll be able to save your amaryllis bulbs and use them next year. So let's continue to dig these out. And here's the steaks that I had in there, so we'll take those out. In order to keep the dust down, we're going to just use a little bit of water. Oops. Water is fine. The only thing that water is going to do is just help keep down on the dust. And you guys, all of these bulbs are still viable. All right, so now we are going to come in with some fresh soil. We're not going to reuse, but I will take the soil that's in here and I'll dump it into one of my raised beds. Not necessarily the ones that I use for food production, but one of the ones that I use for flower production. All right, be right back. I got to dump this out. All right, so we have our container, and you guys, this vessel is so deep.
Like, it is deep, you guys. It is so deep.
So we're gonna start building this container. With all of my containers, I like to go in and I use a piece of window screen. Sometimes I will use chicken wire and then I'll go over it with some coffee filter. But for this one, we're just gonna use a little bit of screen. We're gonna build this container from front to back. And you guys, when you see the movement, the flow of this container, I think you're gonna like it. Now, if you guys are new to my channel, make sure to click like, subscribe, because if you like content like this, we have a ton of content like this coming up. One of the things I try to focus on my channels, I try to show you guys how to save money, and I love garden design and so on and so on. So we're going to build it from front to back, side to side. You guys, this arrangement is going to be very easy to duplicate. So I think what we're going to do, we're just going to get to planting. We are almost finished with this arrangement. So real quick, what I want to do is I want to clear everything off the table and we'll look at the plants that we're left with. And then from there, we can try to go in and we can decide how we're going to finish off this container. This is what we're looking at. So this is this side right here. Watch your ears. All right, this is the back side, right? I am going to take and I'm going to play a little bit with texture here. So I'm going to take this all right, so let's turn it back around. Okay, so I'm going to take this one out, right? Going to come in with this Calendula, 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 however you want to say it. Remember to get rid of anything that doesn't look attractive. We're going to pop this right on in here, just when you didn't think nothing else could fit, right? We're going to come in, we're going to pop that in. Okay, and actually, I want them to be opposite in the container, so let's swap this out for here to on the other side. Okay. Okay, you guys. So Here's our planter. Let's talk about the plants that we have in this beautiful arrangement here. Now, we use a kalanchoe, but we also use a derivative of a kalanchoe. In the same family, we also use a kalandiva or a kalandiva, however you want to say it. We came in, we used some Gerber daisies. The Gerber daisies are great because they have beautiful texture. As well as the texture, they also give that pop of color, and we'll also get some height. So we'll be able to start seeing a little bit of play with the heights here in this arrangement. Then we use our wonderful friend cyclamen here. And then we use a kale, which gave us our texture. Our kale is here on the side, and then we came in with the cabbage. Cabbage still has those burgundy tones. It still pulls out the fuchsia when you look on the inside, the same as the kale. Now, a lot of you may be wondering, okay, you have all of these plants in here. Now, even though I pre-soak them, what I am going to do is I'm going to do pinpoint watering only, because there's no way this arrangement is going to stay in tip-top shape like this by coming in and watering overhead. So this is what you're going to have to use to water this type of container. For this type of container, we're going to be coming in and we're going to be using pinpoint watering. We're going to take our watering can, we're going to nestle it right up underneath there, and then we're going to water this baby in. You can actually, with this type of watering can, you can come in and you can hit every single root ball individually. But again, because we're pre-soaking, we're not going to have to worry about it. Now, let me know, what do you think about this container here? And I know some of you may be wondering, Queen, the kalanchoe, how are you putting this arrangement together? And again, that's why I say pinpoint watering only. Your kalanchoe can take a little bit more water than you actually realize. And by us pre-soaking everything, we're not going to have to water this container as much. So when you kind of know the science behind plants, it makes you be able to come in and cheat. Down in the comment box, let me know what you think about this arrangement, baby. It is loaded on both sides. I don't think you see this container, baby. It's heavy. I'm not going to be able to pick this beauty up by myself, honey. I'm going to have to call the team in, and that's how we're going to get this container in this place.